Hey, it's Bitty Penny. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a collab with my friend Ardyth Percy Robb. She is here on YouTube. I'm just going to show you her channel real quick. I am pretty sure most all of you are subscribed, but if not, if you haven't met Ardyth yet, you're totally missing out. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. She's amazing. Her videos are inspirational, full of techniques, full of fabulous ideas and artistry, gorgeous cards, and she's just that beautiful and inspirational inside as a person as well. I had so much fun getting to know Ardyth better through Craft Roulette when I was a host and she was a guest for one night, and we just had so much in common. It was a beautiful thing. Even though we craft in a very different way, we have a very different style, we're still very similar in other ways, and I love all of that. So today we are making videos and doing a collab together where I am borrowing inspiration from her and she's borrowing inspiration from me, and we're sharing it with you. So I found this Instagram post of hers where she was using Lindy's pigments through a stencil. And I was like, why have I never done that? That is so brilliant. And I loved the results so much that I immediately wanted to try it. Now, Ardyth uses a lot of stencils. I'm a big stencil user, so I absolutely loved that as well. You've got to follow Ardyth on Instagram, on YouTube, to get the full spectrum of everything that she shares. It's always amazing. And so today I am going to use my pigments through stencils. I'm going to use them in a lot of different ways. I made 5 cards for you guys. I brought out stamps and dies and obviously lots of stencils, and I brought out my pattern paper. I use a lot of pattern paper. I don't think Ardyth uses any pattern paper. That's one of the ways we're different. And so I brought out like these chipboard stickers, and essentially I'm going to use this technique and vary it for different styles of card makers. Here I'm using a different pigment. These are infusions, and I also have Brusho would work, the Lindy's. I mean, there's a few companies that make these saturated pigments. It's a dried product that you just sprinkle and then spray with water, and you get these amazing results. So the first stencil I have here is from the Not Too Shabby shop. It's a bubble stencil, and being that this was my first time, I don't have any pixie spray on the back of my stencil or anything, so I'm just taping it down because I didn't know if I didn't tape it down if I'd get, the results I wanted. So I went ahead and taped it down with a micro pour tape, and I'm just sprinkling 2 different colors on here. It takes very little of the stuff, and so really it's probably quite hard for you to see on camera, but I'll show you a little later about how much to use to get the results that I'm getting here. So I just sprinkle that on through my stencil, and then I'm spraying my stencil with water, and there it is. How fun is that? I thought the bubbles would be great. And now, because my stencil is so wet and it's so saturated with this pigment, I'm turning it over on a clean sheet of paper, and I'm going to get a reverse inking. Then I wanted to try it with my favorite fluffy paste. So this is a stencil paste. Look, I'm almost through my second bottle of this stuff. I absolutely love it. And the last time I ordered, I got the big bottle. All right, so I'm putting this thick and fluffy paste on here. This is from the Crafters Workshop. And my idea is to, while it's wet, so I'm working quickly here, I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle my pigment on, and then I'm going to spritz it with water. This was fully experimenting. So the first part of this video is me just really experimenting with this idea and seeing how far I could take it. And I really loved these results. Now I also have the stencil over here on the left. I'm not going to do anything with that yet. I'm going to do something with that later. Now I flipped this stencil over, and now I am putting more pigment through it. So the orange part is now down, And this way I can get kind of a dual color tone going on. Very grungy, very cool. Now I'm cleaning the stencil off. I flipped it over again, and now I'm cleaning off the orange part through, and then the blue part is on the back. Kind of hard to explain, but again, just a really grungy look. Here's the results from that first bubble one. And then I wanted to show you using different colors. Now, one reason why I really like these infusions is because you can get kind of specific with your colors. Another company that I've always wanted to try theirs, but I don't have any, is the Nuvo Shimmer Mist ones. It's still a powder, but it's has shimmer to it, like mica in it. I've always wanted to try those, and I never have. But those are real color specific as well. So if you wanted to get just a couple of specific colors, you could. Okay, so I'm doing a little bit of orange, a little bit of blue, a little bit of green. This stencil is really cool. It's got these palm leaves in the middle, but then it has this like real Art Deco edging to it. And so I wanted to play with that, and I love the results that I got. I even love it when I flip this stencil over and onto a clean sheet of paper. I like both, you know, the reverse and the negative, or positive and negative. Okay, so whether you're a stamper, whether you like die cuts, either way, these make fabulous backgrounds. So I'm going to make this one card wholly here with you, and then I'm going to show you just bits and pieces of other cards. So this is my octopus card. I did die cut this like netting out. This is an old Stampin' Up set. If you're new to my channel, I use what I have. I use everything in my craft room, and I revisit my stash over and over, and I use a lot of what I have. I don't, at this point, bring in a lot of new product unless it's printables, because I also make junk journals, or I do collage, and so I don't only make cards. But at this point, I don't bring a whole lot of product in. I'm definitely like Ardyth in this way. I've been on a low buy for years now, and I just don't get all the new collections from any company. I'm not on that journey. My journey is about sharing my art journey with you guys. So I'm definitely more keen to like techniques and just using what you have, loving your stash. So if you're new here, that's really kind of me in a nutshell, and welcome. I hope you'll stick around. It's quite the journey around here. So now I popped up my octopus over that net, and I'm distressing the edges. I just felt like this would kind of help finish this background panel a bit more for me. And I did go ahead and glue that plant life down at the bottom. This is a Tim Holtz metallic paper, and I use it all the time. I love it. You can use, like I'm using a nail file here. You can sand it down and get like a brushed metal look, which is often how I use it, to be honest. I rarely use it at full strength, if you will, without distressing or altering it in some way. Now, I know I could have cut out the center, but I want my card to be level, and so I just left that there, and I will glue my panel down. And my card making, I kind of always work with panels. I always kind of build up a card panel that I will then adhere to a card base. So that's what I'm doing now. I've got my panel ready. I'm just going to adhere it down to a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch base. This is a top folding card, and it's looking great, but it's not done. It's not done until we get some embellishments and bling on there. To me, that is always what finishes off my cards. So I'm going to put, I pulled out a green that would help tie in that plant life that's down in the bottom left corner of the card. I found a similar jewel that's the same color, and so that's what I'm going to use all around this card. Our family just got back from an impromptu trip to the beach. We went to the beach for 3 days. It was so amazing. We had so much fun. And we even went to like a remote island that doesn't have anything on it. It's just like 26 miles of beautiful sandy beaches, but it's private. It's called San Jose Island. It's off the Texas coast in the Gulf. And, you know, you get to charter a boat out there. It was just amazing, you guys. It was just beautiful. I can't wait to go back. We just got back yesterday and I'm already ready to go back. But while I was there, I was definitely thinking of, you know, I can't wait to get home and make some beachy cards and some, you know, bring some of those critters. We got to see a bunch of dolphins. Oh, I've always loved dolphins. And so that was really sweet. Sea turtles and jellyfish. So it was just wonderful. So I had to use this crane as well. I wanted to show you that you could use your backgrounds as a panel. On this one, I watercolored a real rough background, and I'm actually using, you know, a wave stencil. You're supposed to use this, well, it's not a stencil, it's an embossing folder. But yeah, it's supposed to be going horizontal, but I really don't care. I just wanted the texture. And at the end of the day, you can't tell that it was supposed to be a wave, but it gives me the texture that I wanted. Here's another card where I am going to kind of build it up with patterned paper. So I used the paper that we made together in the beginning as part of my background. I brought in more of the metallic paper and sanded it down. Here's the paper we made together, that grungy goodness. And, you know, I did put that scrap panel down there at the base of this one. I just want all my layers to be pretty level here. And that's why I did that. Then I'm going to bring in some patterned paper. I had fussy cut out this parrot. This is from a Stamperia pad. You guys see me use this collection quite a bit. It's the Amazonia collection. I just love it. I think this is a great masculine card. I could use it for birthdays or anniversary. I could use it for just about anything. So here are my 5 cards. We will start first by looking back at the papers that we made together. So this is everything I have left over. I think it's a great idea to just sit and play. That's what I did. I just sat and I played. I played with paste and all of my supplies, my stencils. And then I was able to make a bulk of cards from that. And now I have some left over for future cards. But I love this octopus card. I did decide to stamp it in pink because I thought the contrast would be beautiful with that teal, blue, green background. I used, you know, those jimmies or those, gemstones. And this is the one where I did a panel as a background. So I have this metallic Tim Holtz paper, and then I embossed with my sand embossing powder on the edges. So, you know, bringing in that beach feel again. And I put my gold thread at the top. That gold thread's from a thrift store. It was 25 cents. It's some of my favorite. So I put some of that at the top. Here is my crocodile. And, you know, it's just fun. With this one, I used the pigment instead on my stamped image. I used alcohol markers to color the bird. And yeah, I just wanted to show you so many variations that you can get. So if you have these in your stash, play, play, play. Whether you're a die cutter, a stamper, whether you're a paper person like me, I'm all about the patterned paper like this. Either way, this thing is so versatile, this technique. I also look forward to using it in my junk journals. You can make tags from it. I mean, anything goes, really. Whatever your crafty little heart can come up with. I love that card. On this one, I used ink and some of the dust, the infusions on there, and sprinkled it on and did pastel colors. And then I brought in my Maggie Holmes chipboard stickers to finish this one off. Maybe you can make a bunch of these papers and use up some ephemera in your stash. Definitely go check out Ardyth's video. I have it linked down below. Ardyth, thank you so much for doing a collab with me. I just hold you so dear to my heart. You're an inspiration and a blessing to our community. Bye, everyone.